From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium. State-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Time for teams to start making moves towards the postseason. Here we go in Week 11. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Back to throw now. And that's away for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Now on comes an LA native, an all-state punter here back in his high school days. Corey Bajorquez to punt. And he collects the fair catch just inside the 35. No return on that punt. And the Chargers take possession. They're set up at the 35 now. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Lamar off the play fake. Connects on the crosser. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Chargers will have a 1st. New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st down, here's Lamar. Buying some time left. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Jackson, quick pass wide. And this one doesn't go far.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Jackson now on 3rd. Short pass brought in. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. He fields it from the 8. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running this one left. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. The rookie from Texas there on the tackle.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 14. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
With the pressure, well, that sped that whole play up, and it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after it almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
3rd and long for him here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they'll get ready to go on offense. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Braylon Trice there to meet him. Offense in the hurry up here. Play action, here's Jackson. Complete out to the right. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage, he gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Throwing now on 1st down, it's Jackson. Rolling out to his left. Brought in inside the 20. To the house, touchdown LA! The Chargers stretch their early lead to 9. That one right down the middle. And the Chargers go up 10-zip here in the 1st. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Receiver in motion, headed right. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. From the 27. Throw left side is caught by Pitts. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 now. That's low and bounces short of his man. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So that brings them to 3rd down.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect. All you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Pass complete to Cook. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Falcons will have a first. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on Q1. It's a 10-0 ball game. We're back to SoFi right after this. Back for our 2nd quarter. It's Falcons football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they bring him down around the 34. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Has it down close. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Slot man motioned over. On first down, they'll run. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. First down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10. Here's Jackson. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
I think everybody on the offense was already thinking about the next play to run as they watch that short little throw to the tight end. You really don't expect to see many of those gimmies dropped.
Pistol snap to Jackson. Avoid some trouble there. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That right there is one of the biggest differences between the NFL and college game. Heck, the high school and Pop Warner game. Because when you break away from a sack at those lower levels, big things happen. But at this level, this big boy league, just because you get out of one guy's arms doesn't mean you're safe anytime soon.
Catch is made down the right sideline. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
to this guy's talent is just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Escapes out to the left. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
He's keeping it.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Forced out to his right. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down. The Chargers selected to try for the field goal. He was good on his first kick. Going to need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now off play action. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. That sure altered the throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Running it now out of the gun. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up third and 4. He's dropping back to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Give him 13 on that play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down. Pass play now. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. An excellent gain. 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Finds him on the crossing route. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. 4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. They'll run here following the penalty. Crosses the goal line. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons tie and can take the lead here in the second. Carlson adds the extra point. And they'll take the lead.
14, Chargers 13.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Starting from the 5. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. It's the Chargers, about set to begin their drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now a give left side. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Headed out right. Now here he goes. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now a give running right. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
1st down, and they go right back to it. Pushing for the red zone. And he's finally brought down at the 9. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That is textbook RPO right there, Kate. Quarterback's decision-making comes quick off the snap. And that back, you know that he's already looking for those lanes before the ball's even in his belly. Before that defense can adjust to the run, he hits that 2nd level.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. Call it a 7-yard pickup, and they're just a yard away now on 2nd and goal. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 2nd chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. They give it to him up the middle. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
They'll try him left side. And he's in for the touchdown. The Chargers take the lead just before halftime. The kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Chargers push their lead to 6. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Has this at the 6. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. Got to him early on the return and laid a big hit on it. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Looking to throw. Lays out. What a catch. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. One last play before the break. He'll throw it. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he'll be out of bounds at the 22-yard line on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lamar out of the pistol. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 24 on that play. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Receiver in motion going left. Here's a give up the middle. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Lamar off the play fake. He rolls to his right. Connects on the crosser. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. Move slated downs to approach here from the 40. Give now to the running back. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Braylon Trice there to meet him. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Jackson now on 3rd. Has him on the quick hitter. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26. Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. And that's a Los Angeles touchdown. For a second, looked like the Chargers offense was coming off, but no, coaches say stay out there. We're going for 2. And the 2-point pass falls incomplete. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Stopped by Deion Henley. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. From the 34. Short pass brought in. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Falcons will have a first. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Chased out to his right. Complete out to the right side. And he's taken down at the 30. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with him in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
Still has room inside the 15. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons start the second half with some needed points. Carlson to tack on the extra point. Up the middle, and somebody blocked it. The chuck off to the races, middle of the field. Reaches the 40. Hits the 20. And against all odds, they get the block and return it all the way for 2.
It's far from this kicker's first NFL campaign, but I bet you it's one of the first kicks he's seen turn into points on the other side. Hey, listen, fault is shared by everybody, but I'm sure he'd prefer this to be the last time it happens in his lengthy career.
First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw, almost an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
2nd and 10 now. On the move, headed right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big 34-yard pickup there. And the Chargers will have a first. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Hauled in left side. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it brings up an LA first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Jackson's gonna throw again. And the defender comes away with it. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Second down now, 7 to go. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Buying some time right. Launching deep down the right sideline. And the big hitter will not be reeled in. That's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. They'll throw it. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. That one gains 7. And the Falcons will have a first. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They give it to him again. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Throwing now on first down. He's on the move. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Here's 2nd and 5. Completed to his running back. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
They'll try and punch it in. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Running for it again. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. An 8-yard gain on the ground, and that's going to bring up 3rd and goal.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
He's back to throw. Buys time, rolling right. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds. he had a touchdown there. So now they're left with 4th and goal.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Back to throw it. Escapes the pocket. And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons down by only 2 in the 4th. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Return coming from the 6. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Thrown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. Play action now with Jackson. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Chargers lead by only 2. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Completes this one to Rice. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Headed out right. Finds his man Rice. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at 2nd. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. He'll throw it. That heater's going to fall to the turf.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Looking to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's going to be drugged down. Looks like at that 37-yard line. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the first instead.
Oh, I love fourth downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out, well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
They'll run here on first down. Has a lane inside the 25. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. A chance to make it a two-score game now and likely clinch the win with this try. And likely game-winning extra point strikes true, and that should do it. We got a two-score game now late. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man. This one intended for the running back. And now they face 2nd down. Looking for a throw here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's 3rd down. To throw. Hits his running back. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. One final shot here. They can't connect as the coverage comes through. The 4th down stand.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate said, you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
So the Chargers come away with a win in this one. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a win for the Chargers as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.